Sometimes I do see many organizations, they have TPMs at the driver's seat, just like how we mentioned. But then there are other organizations I have seen as well, TPMs more like note takers, meeting scheduler, or at best, non technical process police. So, how do we shift this narrative? What do you do differently as a TPMs to change that perception?
I have to say, where I say, oh, I've got a lot of close friends that are architects. I have also, some of my best friends are program managers. And this role of a TPM, we have dealt with it countless times. And I think I think it's the issue I deal with on the most consistent basis throughout my career. And so I I think how you change it is you have to have program managers that take clear ownership. They have to be obsessed with that delivery and obsessed with owning that objective. If you don't have that and you have somebody who's comfortable in the corner taking notes, that's what that person's going to do. So when I build out a TPM team, I look for people who are not going to just take the notes. I want people who are there's never going to be a question, should that person be at the table? Because that person is usually the head of the table and trying to run everything. And honestly, I appreciate the TPMs who get in just a little bit of trouble because the engineering manager thinks they own that. And then you're taking ownership of all these things. And it's like, good for you. Like, A plus, that's what I want to see. And so I think it has a lot to do with the personality of the TPM who's involved. They have to assume ownership and never accept I won't be your note taker. Now, I think it's also very important for TPMs, especially when they're initially engaging with the team or initially engaging with the program, is that you try to provide value as quickly as you can. And that value may be, I got to go file a bunch of bugs. That's something that could have been handled by anyone else, but I have to go file a bunch of bugs. Or I have to do something that might be deemed kind of an administrative thing, but I've delivered initial value and I have spoken that I understand the macro environment and how to deliver that. And so that piece is also key. And then the last part that I have seen is you have to have it can't be a wallflower, right? So if you were taking a passive role, you were going to be put into a passive role. I I have, from a personality perspective, and a lot of the TPMs that I would say are successful TPMs in my eyes are the ones who are kind of extroverted, kind of want to be in the center of things, kind of appreciate kind of leading a room of people to an objective and really, really get off on that. The team delivered this. And when it comes to speaking about the success of that team or the success of the delivery, the TPM should get a real kick out of kind of sitting back and watching the team shine, knowing that they made it all happen. And nowhere in that description did I say, and they took the notes and they're super detailed and they're super organized and then they've controlled the chaos. None of these things are things that I look for. It's more that, are you delivering? And so that's how I kind of break out of the note taker. And it's also how TPMs on the team to be.